Hey, so my camera's plugged in right now, trying to make sure everything good. Hold up one sec. Okay. Okay, I'm on 16%. My phone is plugged in. You want to know why my phone is plugged in? Because my charger works. Those chargers on Saturday was broken. They was working in the first half, but then that joint snapped and all the wires came out. Do you get what I'm saying here? Look, the Chargers choked again, but I feel you. Like, a lot of people would say they'd rather be a Chargers fan than a Jags fan just because of what the Jaguars have been through, but this is a new Jaguar team. It was always the Jags. You know, some people ask me if I was good down 17-0. I'm like, hell yeah. We've been here before. This ain't nothing new. We was down 17 to the Raiders, down 17 to the Cowboys. It's light work. And then we went down 27-0. And I was starting to be like, oh my goodness, what are we doing? Like, we went through this whole season just for this performance. Like, that ain't us. And I was like, we had the ball with 2 minutes left before halftime, and I said, we need to score here in order for us to have a chance. Sure enough, 30 seconds left, score a touchdown, 27-7, and the Chargers collapse. From there, everything had to go right. There was a lot of stuff, like everything had to go right, and they had to mess up. Like, we had 0 defensive touchdowns. That is brand new for us Jags to get back into the game. Obviously, we know what happened against the Titans and many of the times where we've had defensive scores like against the Cowboys. But yeah, we didn't have any turnovers at all. Trevor Lawrence threw 4 picks in the first half. We had the ball literally bounce off one of the Gunners' helmets on the punt return, and we held them to a field goal. Like, our defense, shout out to our defense real quick, because our offense, no offense, put our defense in a bad situation. Like, our defense had only 30, 40 yards of the field to protect every single drive compared to an 80, 90-yard drive because of the fact that we threw so many interceptions in the first half. And now back looking at that game, like, they would not have been, I'm sorry, Chargers fans, if you guys are watching. Hopefully you're not watching this video, because that would be stupid if you are. But Chargers fans, y'all weren't gonna beat us. Like, the interceptions were the best thing that could have happened to you. And it was all one player, Asante Samuel Jr., because he's a dog, right? Obviously, Kyle Van Noy almost had that 5th interception at the end of the game that would have absolutely killed the comeback. But, like, if Trevor took care of the ball in the first half, y'all aren't doing crap. Like, literally, come on, y'all were put in the best field position and still held to a field goal 3 times. 3 times you was held to a field goal, and you missed one of them? Come on, man. Like, you guys were not doing anything against the Jaguars if it wasn't for those turnovers. Let's keep it brutally honest here. Like, Gerald Everett, yeah, he had a good game, but he had like 3 to 4 plays, to be real. Austin Eckler, like, y'all should have gave him the ball more, but even if y'all did give him the ball more, in my honest opinion, like, our run defense is crazy. So yes, you guys would have milked the clock, and that's what you should have done in the second half. But just being real, if y'all didn't have a big lead, Eckler wasn't gonna work. Come on, like, we got dogs on defense. We got dogs. Way to come back for the Jaguars. Let me focus on the Jacksonville Jaguars here. Like, this was a complete team comeback win. Let me explain. Trevor absolutely got his stuff together. The defense absolutely turned up and said, Trevor, we got your back. We know you a dog. And not only that, but Ingram, Zay Jones, Kirk, Marvin Jones Jr., all four of them found the end zone. 1 touchdown apiece. We don't need a superstar receiver when we can dice up that defense with all these dogs. All these dogs. Y'all aren't hearing what I'm saying. Like, these were some great pickups in the offseason. If you were to go watch any of Zay Jones, Marvin Jones Jr., Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk, all four of them, if you were to go, even Trevor, if you were to go watch any of their interviews, like, they are a class act. Like, they are people that you want on your team. Like, they are not superstars, but they are stars in the making. And whether that's because of Trevor Lawrence or not, like, who cares? Like, their demeanor, their presence in the locker room, man, you listen to Zay Jones talk, you think like, oh man, this dude's smart as hell. Like, this dude is extremely humble, extremely intelligent. You would think he went to almost Harvard or something, or MIT, the way that he's like using big vocabulary words and is so stern and serious and composed. Man, we just got a locker room full of nice guys on offense that bring the team together, and then that whole defensive front is just dogs. Dogs. Exactly what you want on a defense. They get after it. You know, I seen this thing from Deion Sanders in a recent interview that he did at Colorado with the Pat McAfee show. And he was like, yeah, when you're on offense, you want to find good, humble, family grounded guys with like 2 parents, people that are good family that going to protect the house and that going to work together. And then on the defense side of the ball, you guys just want like people with like single parents, people that came out the mud, people that got a chip on their shoulder that just go come after you every single play. And it's crazy how Deion Sanders said that, because that's exactly how the Jacksonville Jaguars are built. Like, just absolute great guys all across the board, but you can tell like in the interviews like who's the defensive guy and who's the offensive guy. Like, the offensive guy is always going to compliment each other and talk about business and how, we got to take it one play at a time. And then the defensive guys, they're hungry. They're always talking smack. They're always, bumping music, getting ready to go, getting juiced. And it's just a perfect team all around. Shout out to Evan. Shout out to, Evan Ingram too, talking about really just coming here on a 1-year contract and really just balling out. And, hopefully he gets an extension, because the tight end game is really lethal in the NFL. Just to be able to have that guy that can block and hit you on the cross routes and really just make some space for your receivers to work. That's why George Kittle, Travis Kelce, and those type of guys work so well. And we saw Gerald Everett work that way against us, right? And then shout out to Riley Patterson, the kicker, with the game-winning kick. Squeaked in, but man, this was a great overall team win. The Chargers broke. We're on to Kansas City. I'll see you in the next video previewing the Chiefs. Duval. Let's get it.